different colours because I tanned my body today, and my face stuff has been mixed with my moisturiser because I use a couple of different products sometimes. So I actually have a job tomorrow with Yours Clothing, who I work for basically every week, and I have really missed everyone, but it does mean that I am heading out to use public transport tomorrow. This will be attached to the video that you're going to see, but it's a very early start because I would normally stay in a hotel the night before and do a couple of days in a row, and that's not really possible because hotels currently are only open for key workers, so it is like an up and back on the same day, and that involves going all the way to Peterborough. I mean, it's not crazy, but when you're trying to do like a 9 till 5 and all the trains are running differently and stuff, that's what makes things really tricky. So I will be up at 4 AM tomorrow, and I will probably hit my station home at 9:30 PM. So that's a very long day, a shock to the system with the timetable that I've been keeping in the last few weeks, and I am really anxious about using the public transport. My mum, bless her, has just had a little cry, and I was like, oh my god, anyone would think you were like sending me off to war or something, which obviously is far, far worse. You know, all I have to do is try and keep myself to myself as much as possible, be really sensible, wash my hands constantly. I've got hand sanitizer gel to take as well. I have a mask to wear, I have gloves, and I will be also wearing like a face cover over my mask. And I have checked the internet and a medical professional that's a friend of mine to ask how to remove them properly, because you don't want to be fiddling around with them once they're on. You don't want to be putting the same one back on for like my trip home later, you know, all of these little things that I don't think maybe people that use them think about first. Obviously, these masks are not like proper fit tested ones, but they are good enough for what I'm doing. So I'm going to be very careful. If I see anything in the studio that I don't like, which I doubt I will, then obviously I'll say if I feel uncomfortable. I know that everyone who has been talking about me coming back to studio has been really, really strict with what is going on there. It's minimal people on set. I was also offered the chance to do my own makeup, which I felt I could do, but I trust the makeup artist there because her kit hygiene is top notch and always has been. She's a bit of a germ freak, which obviously makes me feel a lot better, and I think she'll just get it done quicker, which takes the pressure off me. So I am a little bit nervous about the travel. I'm not so nervous about being in studio because I know everyone is strict and everyone is sensible, and if I don't, you know, like something I'm seeing, I will absolutely speak up for myself. So I don't think that'll be anything to worry about, but I know Mum's nervous about me travelling, and Dad is very much like me. He knows that I'm sensible. He would do the same if he had to go into the office. It's about how I feel. If I come out of this shoot and I think I am not doing that again for a little while because the tube and stuff was a hideous experience, I have no qualms about giving that feedback to my agency and to the client and just making it clear, look, it was nothing you guys did, it was just the public transport system. It doesn't make me feel safe. And that's kind of my only choice right now anyway, so we'll see. Hopefully I can take you guys with me a little bit. I have kind of asked a couple of people, obviously I can crop people out if they don't want to be in or like blur them or whatever, but just to see how my first day is, or for you guys to get a little bit of like behind the scenes type thing. So I'm filming this the night before when I've done all my prep, taken my gels off and stuff. I was going to do a French mani like I normally would do, but I just don't have the time. But I have tanned in case there's any lingerie or anything. I'm looking forward to it, but I am a little bit anxious about the travel, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, I did have a little bit of a break over my birthday and stuff. I've also got a new laptop, and I posted a video too early yesterday accidentally because Premiere Pro is like my new software and I'm just getting to grips with it, and it's all been very confusing and a lot more time consuming. I'm starting to get the hang of it now, so hopefully you'll be seeing vlogs much more regularly than you have in this last sort of week and a half, so apologies for that. Also had a bit of an issue with a friend a couple of days ago, and we are no longer friends, so I don't see that changing at all, certainly not for me. So I just needed sort of a few days to cool off and do all that kind of stuff as well, and maybe it's something, you know, not specifically but something that I will discuss later, is maybe I'll do a little section on you know, friendships and things. So yeah, I've been very thoughtful the last few days, but mainly sort of taking a break over my birthday, which was amazing. There is a vlog for that, but I feel like I put my tank one up, which was like a few days later. So if you still want to see that, then let me know, because I did record it and Mum did kind of do her best. But yeah, everything's just been like a little bit off this week, and I feel really bad because I enjoy doing the vlogs for you guys, and I know that a lot of you look out for them, and it's just been sort of a little bit of a like cheery part to your day. So I'm really sorry for any of you that have missed them. I know there's quite a few of you that watch every single one, and you always leave me a comment and stuff, so I have been feeling the guilt a little bit, I'm not going to lie. But hopefully this one will be interesting to you guys anyway. Let me know how you're doing, because I want to know. And yeah, enjoy. Morning, it is 5:18 and I'm just at my station, and I have made friends with a cat that won't leave me alone. Hello. Just wants to be my friend. I'm busy, I have to go to work. Bye. See you later.
I just wanna know if we're gonna be falling together forever, 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 yeah, forever, forever,
Hello, Trouble. Good morning. It's the next day. It's not the morning. It's 5 to 1. Fuck my life. So yes, I didn't do much filming. I didn't do much filming yesterday purely because I was really excited to see everyone, and quite a few things had changed just regarding. Hello, Gary's hanging around, as you can see. Quite a few things had changed, like we don't do video anymore, and so the shot count, like your target for the day, is slightly different, and obviously with like masks and everything, like it was just a little bit sort of different. So hopefully you did see kind of like a few bits and pieces, like a little bit about like what the set looks like and stuff, but I didn't really want to kind of hassle people to see if they can do a little bit of filming, even though I'm sure that would have been fine. But I was kind of enjoying my day and like focusing on the work bit, and it was just really nice to be back in the studio with the girls, because I really enjoy working there. And although it's a pain in the ass because it's so far for me, it's like it's just a guaranteed nice day. Like I've never gone there and had a shit day at work. And when you're in an industry where, okay, like if you're a little bit like me, then maybe you have a few regular clients, but like normally you're kind of turning up to jobs where you don't see those people again, or you don't see those people kind of very regularly. Like you might work with the same team, unless you have a weekly like this, you know, once every few months or something. So it kind of feels like you're starting a new job every time you go. So when you do have that kind of like weekly client and they're loyal to you and you have a nice day, like it honestly makes all of the difference. And you know, we take the piss out of each other and we have a bit of a giggle, but we get the job done as well. And I just think it was just a really nice experience, and I think it did me the world of good to actually get out of my house as well. I I'm one of those people where like I know like I have a goal, like I want to save money, I have some debt that I want to pay off from when I was really poorly, and that's my focus, and I'm quite ambitious where that is concerned. And although my start of the year was brilliant and would have allowed me to do that had this whole kind of situation not happened, it was nice to have a little bit of a break where I have had some time in my house and to be able to sleep in my own bed. But I had started to get to a point where in the last few weeks I've been, I don't know, like a lot of things have changed for me. I have lost a friendship, a very long one, which is a shame. And that has been really interesting to deal with because it was like a complete shock to me. This person is not the person that I thought that they were, and they said some really horrible, spiteful things, and when I didn't respond to that, they continued to send me messages and then blocked me like I was the one that had done something really hideous to them, and actually I had not. Like, maybe that's something that I'll sort of discuss, because I think when you, sometimes we hold on to friendships that are really long when perhaps they aren't like the best for us, and I think it's important for you to try and sort of recognise that sometime. And I think we've all had a lot of thinking time and a lot of sort of change for many of us. We've kind of reassessed relationships, or it's made us realise the person that we're with are like, you know, it's really kind of solidified that as well. So there's lots going on for everyone at the moment because we've all had more time to think, and anything like this, of course, makes us kind of think about that stuff. But I was really getting to the point where I was just desperate to go to work. I was nervous about the trains, but the trains were pretty empty, I'm not gonna lie. There were maybe like 1 or 2 people in the carriage, like averagely. The rest of the train was like empty, you know. And then the only time where it was like anything close to busy was on the tube, and there were still like a handful of people in each carriage. So it was not really a scary experience, but of course I wore gloves on the tube and disposed of them as soon as I was like out of the public transport kind of area. I took hand sanitizer with me, I wore a face mask, and then I also had a face cover to go over the top of that. So yeah, it was a really positive experience, and it's something that I am looking forward to doing again, hopefully soon. So I know that I had some nice feedback, and they said they were really happy to have me back in the studio, because it's been quite difficult. I can imagine if you're running a business like that, although they have online, they have shops as well, but if you've not got kind of girls in to shoot some of the new stock and stuff, then kind of tricky even keeping the website running and looking really good. So everyone's got their own sort of problems on all sorts of different levels, haven't they? Yeah, I'm going to edit my video today, and I will, I don't know, see you guys in a couple of days probably. I am thinking about doing vlogs a few times a week, just because if I am going to start shooting once a week, for me right now, because I can't go up the night before and do a hotel, I have to get up at 4 in the morning, and my train doesn't get back into my station until 9:30, and that's a full day of work plus the travel for me. And it's quite exhausting. So that's a full day where I wouldn't be vlogging, and the next day probably where I might do some editing in the afternoon, but I'd want a little sleep in and stuff like that. So you know, every single night is a little bit unmanageable for me at the moment, but I would like to do a vlog every couple of days, I think. So that's what I'm working towards, especially because I've got to grips with Premiere Pro now. So me and the big man are going to have some chill time, and I might do a little bit of food prep or something. I don't know what I want to have for lunch, but I've got a smoothie on the go. I've just got some banana, some frozen strawberries, some vanilla protein powder, water, and some frozen nectarines, and that is kind of my shake for this morning. He's so adorable, and Fred is having an absolutely wonderful time in his new tank. I have noticed such a change in him, it's actually been mental. And a few times I've kind of like walked over at night time, and he's like peeping out of like some plants and stuff. It's just really nice to see. I had always wanted to kind of go bioactive, especially for him, because it is kind of an easier, more manageable thing to do when you have a more like rainforesty type animal where they need a higher humidity, because obviously the plants kind of are easier to manage that way. When you have something like Gary where he's more from an arid environment, you've got to be quite careful picking your plants. Obviously he's bigger, so it's easier for him to damage them and all of this kind of stuff. So yeah, I would love to do it for Gary at some stage as well, and I definitely want to give Fred some extra height on his tank. That tank is the one that he's had since I got him, which was plenty space, and I don't think he's cramped in there, but I always kind of feel like you should be trying to do the most for your animals. So when I move out, I think I'm going to upgrade it to a 45 by 45 by 60, because he's in a 45 right now, which is great. It's like a you know, it's a nice big space for him, but I just think he should have a little bit of extra height because he is an arboreal species. But you know, when you're young and silly and you don't sort of think about what you're doing properly, I didn't really research him as much as I should have done before I got him. Otherwise I would have gone for one with extra height anyway. But you know, you live and you learn, and I'm very passionate about my animal keeping and all that kind of stuff now anyway, so we'll see. I hope you guys enjoyed the vlog. Sorry it's been a bit rambly. I hope it's been like kind of interesting for you. If you guys have any questions or concerns, I was getting a lot of messages yesterday on Instagram when I was doing my story about heading into work and things. I really do appreciate you all kind of wishing me well and, you know, asking me to keep safe and things. It was really lovely to see everyone that's normally sort of out and about and watching the vlogs and things kind of willing me to keep safe and but to have a good day and stuff. Also spoke to a few other models and a couple of makeup artists saying, you know, is there a makeup artist on set, how is this working, how did you find it, all of this kind of stuff, like, you know, are we able to work now, just sort of answering a few sort of questions and stuff, because I haven't seen anyone else working unless they're working from home, so I feel like I've been really lucky in that I feel safe enough to get to a client where the rules are really strict and I feel safe working in the studio, because as I said before, there is no way that if the tubes were really bad or I felt unsafe or it was very busy that I would do the travel. I didn't ever think that the studio was going to be a problem. For me it was the public transport that I was going to have an issue with, because there's no other way for me to do that. So yeah, it's been really nice to have so much support and stuff, and I hope that you guys are doing okay. Please do leave me a comment and let me know how you're doing. I'm really sorry that like the vlogging kind of fell apart. I am gonna pick it back up again. It's just been getting to grips with like setting my new laptop up and learning Premiere Pro is so different to iMovie. But now I kind of think I got the hang of it. But you guys will have seen like my tank build, I privated it because I accidentally uploaded it and it went public before I filled in anything, and it was all just, it's been a little bit of a learning curve. And as I said, like a few kind of, you know, I had some friends issues and I wanted a couple of days for that, and I just, yeah, it's just been an interesting like week, I guess. Everything is just so different. It was jarring. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Again, do keep a lookout for the vlogs. Turn your notifications on, the little bell, because a lot of my videos aren't going to subscription boxes. And I also wondered if, I'm really enjoying vlogging. It's quite an easy thing for me to do. Now I've got to go to my computer, but I'm also wondering if you guys would be interested in seeing like a few like makeup tutorials again, because like I'm missing doing makeup tutorials. I know I do my speed makeup, but I actually like the teaching aspect of it. And yeah, I'm just wondering if there's anything you would like to see about that, because there might be. Anyway, I will see you all very soon. Lots of love. Let me know how you are in the comments. Thumbs up the video for me. Subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I upload so you don't miss anything. And I will see you very soon. Okay, bye.